So in this video, I'm going to show you the #1 most underutilized tool for public speakers, coaches, entrepreneurs, and experts alike to get free traffic on the internet today. But before I do, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can get notified of videos like this in the future. Now, I'm David Douglas, and I'm a mental fitness coach turned agency owner. And for over 5 years, I've actually been helping public speakers, coaches, and experts like you take their knowledge, grow a business around that, and even sell their knowledge online. And so in this video, I'm going to show you not only the most underutilized tool, but I'm going to show you how to use it so you can be able to grow your business right now. And that is YouTube. Now, I'm going to share some interesting details about YouTube in comparison to TVs. Now, I don't know if you knew this, but there's 119 million households that actually have a TV in it. But if you look at YouTube, there's over 2 billion logged in users that come to the platform each month. And every day, people watch over 1 billion hours of videos, generating billions of views. So if that's not a platform for growing your business, I don't know what is. You know, a lot of people think that Facebook's a really great platform to go to. I would say it's YouTube. Now I'm going to teach you how to use this tool. So #1 is when you're trying to understand, or when you're trying to really honestly break ground in a platform like YouTube, you want to understand what people are already watching. And there's a few things you can actually do to do that. I'm going to go to YouTube, and here we are on the platform. My YouTube's just like anybody else's, but I've got some other really neat tools that I can show you. But real briefly, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go right into the search bar and type in marketing. Now, what's neat about YouTube is it actually will give you different suggestions for marketing. YouTube right now is trying to guess what I'm going to search. And the thing about this little area that most people probably overlook is that this little area is trying to not only guess what you're going to search, but it's because everybody else has been searching for these same related terms, meaning that YouTube, you can use it to search and find your topic right here, or as a marketer, or when you go into marketing, you can actually use this to find out what you're going to talk about next. So you can actually click on any one of these, and this will be something that likely someone is searching related to marketing. You can do, let's see here, leadership. Look at that, leadership, motivation, skills. These are other topics related to leadership. You know, if you're a makeup expert, look at that. These are other. You can see there, YouTube is still trying to figure it out, and they decided to settle on these. Now, this is probably based on my searches. Now, I've never really looked up makeup other than just for an example. But, you know, here's real estate. Look at that, real estate investing. So you can actually use this. And what's neat about this is if you go ahead and let's see here, there is something called report search predictions. And when you do that, it will actually pop up all of those topics, and you copy and paste them and put them in a spreadsheet. So let's say I'm going to go ahead and search marketing strategies. There we go. Here we are in marketing strategies. Now YouTube's going to show me the top videos and ads related to marketing strategies. So look at this, Facebook ads. Facebook's trying to get my business, as it's probably doing for you as well. But here we have some of the top videos on getting traction on marketing strategies. And you'll notice I'm actually using a tool. I didn't realize I actually had it connected to this, but I'm using a tool called vidIQ that actually reveals all the YouTube tags, which are helpful for using on your YouTube videos. There's a little section when you're uploading videos, you can actually post your YouTube tags there. These are just, in other words, keywords that people likely are using, but these specific ones that I'm highlighting are ones that each of these video makers have used to help people find their videos. Now you can see, look at how they're ranking. You can tell that these keywords are definitely helping. So vidIQ is a great tool to utilize. There's another tool I like to use called Keywords Everywhere. Keywords Everywhere is a fantastic tool. And Keywords Everywhere, you can buy it. It's not a monthly subscription. You actually just buy credits, and you can use their tool. It's a Firefox. It looks like, I didn't know that they were on Firefox, but it's a Chrome extension that you can attach to your Chrome browser. And when you use their tool, every time you go to do a Google search, you know, let's say, you know, Google right here, I type in, you know, marketing strategies. We'll just say marketing. then what happens is it actually will give you those search results right here. Okay, so this is what Keywords Everywhere does, is it shows you the monthly search volume of that keyword, also shows you the cost per click and even the competition. Now, when you use this in combination with YouTube, it is really, really powerful. Combination of YouTube and vidIQ. Again, these tools are very inexpensive, but let's say marketing strategies. Here's the top ads. Now, this means that basically Google knows a lot about me. But here's the top search results. Here's vidIQ right here, actually kicking in. You can see that. And then you can also see Keywords Everywhere being very, very helpful, showing me the monthly search volume now on YouTube. So if you notice, the first time I showed it to you, it was showing me the monthly search volume on Google. So it's actually specific even to the platform you're using. So I'm just really excited to be able to show you this. The thing that you definitely want to keep in mind is as you use this tool, you can also pay attention to the titles people are using, the way that people title these videos, because this is also specific. You'll notice it says marketing strategies, marketing strategy, marketing strategies. So you definitely want to use those keywords and maybe even YouTube tags in your title somehow, some way. You don't have to overdo it, but make sure that the word that you have researched is going to be related. Now, when you go to record your video, this is one thing you want to be mindful of. You want to have your video structured a certain way. And I like to follow 4 to 5 different steps. And that is, 1, talk about immediately. This is like your hook. Talk about what your video is about. In fact, you might even talk about the problem just a tad bit, but just basically say, in this video, I'm going to talk about, and then you go ahead and state what it is that you're going to talk about. The next thing you're going to say is your call to action, your first call to action. So that's the number 2 thing you're going to do. And that call to action is going to be to invite people to subscribe right away. A lot of times people, they're used to and programmed to watch TV and just watch with a blank face. But the thing about YouTube is you got to give them some calls to action. And there's things to do on YouTube, like subscribing to a channel, turning on a notification bell, hitting the like button. When you tell people to do that, it allows them to really get engaged with your content. And also, it takes them out of that hypnotic TV watching state. So that way you can start building your community and start really getting to take action. Then the third step you're going to take is to introduce yourself, maybe just say a little bit about yourself. A lot of times when people are looking for solutions on YouTube, they're not really looking to learn more about the person that's giving them the knowledge. So it's good to just take a little bit of maybe 1 to 2 sentences here. Maybe 2 sentences might even be too much, where you just introduce yourself, maybe tell them why you're credible or why you're qualified to share this knowledge. And that's the most important part. The next step, the 4th step, is to just go ahead and teach. Come up with 5 simple steps, secrets, strategies, methods, whatever it is that you have and how you're going to do this. So that way it's very easy to digest and simple to take in. And then the last step, number 5, is to go ahead and do another call to action. So you want to go ahead and make a last call to action so that you can invite people to take further action with you if they've liked that video. Now, hopefully by this point, you are consistently making videos. Maybe you're brand new at making videos. This is a really great way to start being consistent, and that is inviting people to join your email list, to download a free checklist, or to even buy or sign up for a free training so that eventually they can either call you to be able to do business with you or be able to buy a course or program for you, which is what I help my clients do. So one of the next things you want to do is, after recording your video, you want to actually create your thumbnail. The thing about this thumbnail is you want to actually make it stand out. And the best 2 tips to make it stand out is definitely have words on it, and then have words like of what your video is about. It's amazing because even though it's in the description or in the title, when there's words on the actual thumbnail, it's going to cause people to click a little bit faster than if they were to stop and see just a photo and then have to slow down to read what that video is about. People aren't typically using YouTube that way. So if you have the words on the thumbnail itself, it's going to get people to stop and click. Just like you probably clicked on this video as well. The next way is to make sure your thumbnail has you in it or as some sort of graphic or image, but I prefer to actually have myself in my thumbnail and with an expression like, and some sort of excitement, or at least so they can see the whites of your eyes. People are going to connect with you when they watch your video. And that's the fastest and best way to get them to stop and click on your video as well. One more bonus about thumbnails is you can actually use the color coding on your thumbnail to be the opposite of YouTube. So YouTube's color code is red, black, and white. But if you use colors like green, yellow, purple, those are other ways to get your video to stand out. So if it matches with your brand, or if it doesn't, you can figure out how you like to make your thumbnails. I like to put gradients in my YouTube thumbnails. After you make those thumbnails, now you're getting ready to post. You've gone ahead and edited your video. You have your thumbnail. Go ahead and take those keywords that you found in your research process, the YouTube thumbnails, the YouTube tags, and any keywords that you got from Keywords Everywhere, and put them in your description and title for sure. There's the way you want to strategically place them in there, because Google's SEO algorithm is going to also not just help for people finding your video on YouTube, but it also can help for people finding your video on Google. You can find videos through Google's search engine. Make sure it makes sense. Put a paragraph in there so that way you can be able to have it make sense for anybody that's a reader. Google does pay attention to those things as well. So that way it just doesn't look like it's keyword stacking where you're just putting all the keywords together, or repeat keywords. You don't really want to do that unless it makes sense in a paragraph or a few paragraphs. And YouTube's limit for the description is about 5,000 characters. Now we're ready to post our video. And when you're about to post your video, there's one thing that a lot of people also overlook. YouTube, in the share section, after you've posted your video, gives you a bunch of suggested areas to post or to also share your video. And it's easy to overlook this and pass this up, but what you don't want to do is that very thing. You want to do the opposite and actually post on all those suggested platforms, whether that's YouTube, Tumblr, Pinterest. And you might say, David, I don't have a Tumblr account. I don't even know what Tumblr is. Go and create an account. In fact, create an account on each one of these platforms, because YouTube is telling you what those platforms are, and then share that video. And then also spend some time watching your video. In fact, if you have a couple different browsers, or if you have an incognito window, go take some time to actually increase the watch time of your video. These are the 5 steps I take my clients through to grow their YouTube channel and get their business on the map. Be sure to subscribe, like the video, and for sure, leave a comment below. What are you going to do? Are you going to go ahead and start your first YouTube channel and start looking at what people are looking for? Or do you already have topics that you'd like to talk about? I'd love to hear about them. But most of all, if you have questions about what I've talked about, leave a comment below. I'd love to answer those questions and give you some solutions for your business and help you. Thank you very much. David Douglas. We'll talk to you later.